వచ్చేస్తాను.
Good evening. I'm Santosh Takale. We'll start lecture in another 2-3 minutes. Uh,
Okay, sir. Sure, sir.
uh, डाउनलोड केला नाही ना इथे डाउनलोड इथे पण नाही होणार ना इथे कुठे डाउनलोड आहे माईक चालू आहे
Sir, let us start, sir. I'll introduce you first.
yes sir proceed
A warm good evening to all of you. Today I am here to introduce our guest of honor and speaker of this august gathering. I take it as a privilege to introduce a man with very simple and humble heart, coupled with an impressive background, and he is none other than Dr. Santosh Takale, senior scientist in Baba Atomic Research Center, Mumbai, and he is from the Department of Atomic Energy. And he is very expert in conducting programs like this. Many programs he has conducted. Actually, we planned this program on National Space Day, but we could not do that because of some technical issues. space science executions, recent developments and all. So sir is very much expert in SS weldings, fabrications, manufacturing also. Since 1997, sir is working as scientific officer in Baba Atomic Research Center and founder and advisor of Takale Charitable Trust and the Institute for Computer and Information Technology. He has been honored with prestigious awards. One of them is Panvel Bhushan Award and many more achievements he is having. So now I give this chance to our sir, Santosh sir. Welcome to this August gathering. Please guide our little buddies, children of classes 8 to 12. We are here. And it is a program on behalf of Vigyan Jyoti program and empowering girl child towards STEM fields, sir. So I'm handing over this program to you, sir. You can handle it, sir. How much time it takes, sir?
Sir, it will take 45 minutes.
Okay, sir. Carry on, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. So presentation is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
The thing is that my laptop suddenly stopped working. So this is how we will be presenting today. I hope it is not troublesome.
Okay, sir. No issue.
It's visible, no?
Visible. Clear, sir.
Okay. So, yeah. So today's lecture is about National Space Day, as sir has told already that it was on the 23rd of August 2024. Very rarely we get chance of celebrating some national day celebration which has just initiated. So it was the first day celebration. Okay. So it was having some central theme that is touching lives while touching the moon. That is the Indian space saga. Means we will be actually जो भारत की sir, bit of Hindi is okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
You can use some.
So it's based.
You can use it.
No,
sometimes.
yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it's भारत की अंतराल गाथा जो है या जो भारत की अंतरिक्ष गाथा है या it's a saga which talks about the not only touching the moon, but it is going beyond that, but not forgetting the Indian cultural values of touching every individual human life or every living life with sensibility and sensitivity. तो ये जो हमारा विचारधारा है भारतवर्ष की उसे भी हम रखेंगे साथ में. Today's session we will be covering about National Space Day in detail, thoda approximately some 2-3 minutes. Then we will go into the space and scientific thinking, which almost we have covered for 45 minutes to 1 hour in our last session on the 19th of the December 2023. Then today's very important part which I wanted to cover is about sky observation basics, which luckily, unluckily, you will not be able to do after this class because there is a lot of rain is occurring. What sir told me. So we will keep our discussion restricted to the question answer session. Today's lecture is quite big, approximately 100 slides. So I'll not waste much of time. As I told you about the Indian culture system, which is very sensitive to the every living. Then when we talk about our space missions or our missions into the nuclear and science, every time we talk about peace and sensibility towards the life. Now, when we talk about this theme, I also work on similar lines, as sir told you. And for that, you will be a sleeping day in and out. Then probably good teachers from Navodaya will. Your parents tested like the man standing on the hip hop ladders, not using single of them because he is not actually understanding the real use of resources. इसकी सही जानकारी उसका अगर आप सही then you will be not using that brain for your development or national development or humanity's betterment, but you will be misusing it to trouble the humanity, and which is obviously not acceptable to Indian civilization and our cultural values. So now we will revise what is scientific thinking, what is its important, which we covered in a last 6 months here, 6 months before, we have actually took one lecture which is about scientific temperament and universe. But today I told sir that we will be taking only 45 minutes. So another 10 minutes I will run through one very interesting thing. And that interesting thing is about scientific thinking, about universe origin, about the vastness of universe. And then we will get into the sky observation. That will be online sky observation only, because there is a lot of raining at your place. So clouds will be covering clear skies. So tonight, I don't think you will be able to see much, but let's see. So now this is what Chandrayaan 3 at the time of liftoff, weighing approximately 40,000 kgs. 6,40,000 kgs, or this NASA's Discovery or Columbia weighing 30 lakhs kg. You all know these both things do not run into the skies with the help of our muscle power. They go into the skies, and that is why we need to develop our brain by studying hard during our academics. So in hereafter, not a single teacher should tell you repeatedly that please study, please study. You need to study, then only you will be able to excel in your life. Human beings have excelled in their life because of their hard work. You also excel. For that, you need to listen to teachers, help them to develop your brain academically, scientifically, and with scientific thinking. So their duty is not to tell you what to think. Don't believe in any of the rituals and unnecessary things. Believe on how to think, learn how to think, and follow the principle of how to think. Every how to think will rise to the level of scientific thinking, and that will make him useful for the society. Nothing but the evidence based thinking. 16 years of his life, and then last 5 years he was blind, but nobody bothered about his so great scientific discoveries by the practical sky observation with the help of telescope. Many of you have seen many things through the telescope, because Navodaya Vidyalaya mostly has got the telescope. And good teachers you haven't seen, it is my duty. Anytime you call me, I will come free of cost and show you everything at your place. But for that, at least 10 to 20 lectures for 5 to 10 days. So, this is the Galileo who started with the observation of sky with telescope. There was one person called Bruno who told that every twinkling star-like object in the sky is like a sun. And he was burned alive by the British authorities. You know why? Because that time people were not knowing that whatever he's telling is the truth. Now we go. If this is the story of Galileo and Bruno 400 years back, then you know that this universe, which we explain its origin by Big Bang, has initiated approximately 13.8 with 7 zeros, but 9 zeros. But problem is that this is very difficult for the kids of the 6th, 7th standard to understand. So what we will do, if this is the origin of universe, I will get into when did it happen and how did it happen and how old it is. So we will use your friend's time, one called Mr. Doraemon, Nobeto. So this Doraemon gentleman has got some time machine. We'll take time machine from him. We'll try to dive into the time, and we'll go back into the time history. Suppose we go some 70, 77, 78 years from now, we'll find that India is getting independence. If we go 175 years from now, you will find that girls are just Phule. If you go 350 years from now, you will find Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj from Maharashtra reaching up to the Jinji in Tamil Nadu for the betterment of society. If you go 600 years from now, you will find Guru Govind Singh working for the betterment of society. Similar lines, if you go 1400 years from now, you will find Paigambar, Muhammad Paigambar, who was working for the spread of Islam, and he has initiated Islam for the betterment of society. And 2000 years from now, you will find the Jesus Christ was working for the betterment of society, getting peace into the society, and Christianity has initiated. This is 2000 years old story, but as I told you, in between India has seen very important golden era of knowledge, astronomy, mathematics, philosophy, language, grammar. Presently, we'll talk about astronomy. And that astronomical part is mentioned here. with some universities. These universities were existing since 5th century AD. We have already seen. We have seen these astronomers also. What is important is here, beyond this also, India was cradled to the some very great religious thinkings like a Jainism, like a Buddhism, and beyond that also we had knowledge domains like a Takshashila University. Beyond this also, like suppose Takshashila had university of 1000 years beyond zero, that is 2500 years from now, then Vedanga Jyotish are the written scripts which are approximately 2500 to 3800 years old. And this also has got astronomy in the name of Vedanga Jyotish. Vedanga, Vedokanga, Jyotish means the information and calculation related to the Jyotis from the sky. Jyoti means the stars, planets, nakshatras from the sky. And this knowledge has helped us to understand rainy season, to understand the religious festivals, to understand the eclipse, and all these things were known to our ancestors some approximately 4000 years from now. 5000 years back, we have Indus Valley civilization, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. If we go 5 lakhs year from now, we will have some meteoritic impact happening at Maharashtra's Lonar place called Lonar crater, which is now known as a Lonar lake. Okay. So this is that Lonar lake, famous, very close to me, 400 years kilometer from me, and approximately some 1300 kilometers your place from Mumbai. So approximately 1300, approximately 900 kilometers from your place. Okay. Nearby Buldhana district of Maharashtra. So this is the thing happened approximately 5 lakhs year before. If I'll ask you what is older than this, then you will observe dinosaurs who got into existence 20 crore years before, died some 6.5 crore years before. So approximately 13.5 crore years, their civilizations were existing on the Earth's surface without any miracle, without any religion, without any god or any god man. So what is important that these things got into the exist on the Earth's surface, which got originated from the sun and universe 4.6 billion years before, and this universe again we see as a only source of energy. In this whole picture, you will not see any ghost, you will not see any demon, you will not see any witch, you will not see any Dracula. This is the story of truth of the universe existence 13.8 billion years from the source of energy. Now, if this is the story of universe, somebody may ask you how this beautiful human beings and animals and living beings have on their Earth surface. Then you may say sun has given origin to Earth, but Earth was initially very hot ball, and finally it cooled down, and then suddenly human beings appeared. No, human beings appeared on Earth just from the evolution theory, from the some ape-like means bandar-like, like monkey-like species. And suppose these species, monkey-like species, got their existence from other species like a creeping or what you can say, some sarisrip means the what can species like snakes or some extreme variety of the lizards, then you may ask me from where the living being came on the earth's surface from non-existing living beings. Then you may say they got living beings got existence from water. What from where we got water? Maybe from meteor or some comet impact. And comet got the water from the ice and water are the same. That is H2O. And this H2O has got its existence from H, which has been created in the Big Bang, and O is created in the life and death of the massive stars. And these massive stars, suppose given rise to the hydrogen, oxygen, liberium, lithium. So these all combine to form water, and from water we got somehow DNA chain, single cellular, multicellular living, then to the dinosaur and some species which evolved to protect themselves by using brain and evolved to the today's human beings. So if this is the story of Stone Age human to the computer and mobile using human being, one of them is me, who is talking to you 1300 kilometers apart without any cost to you and me, because of the technology, then this technology development needs brain and not only Maharti, Namaz, and some religious ritual. This hard work needs by the students and teacher so that India will remain high in the technological achievement and of course the sovereignty and independence from any of the wrong powers adjacent to us. So then after learning the origin of universe and species, we got into the very important part, the vastness of universe. I addressed one very important thing that these planets, stars do not play any important role in our future, our salary, our job, our life. No, this is not told by me. This is told by Swami Vivekananda that human beings are the architect of their destiny. We took good example of Dr. APJ Kalam, who always believed in honesty, hard work, and technological achievement. So he was the person, very religious minded person, but never believed in superstitions. And he could excel up to the high level of president of India with his religious simplicity only because his understanding of religion was not superstitious. So, if this we know sizes, then you know Earth has got 800 crore people, which is only living on some 5-10% of the Earth's surface because 71% is water and 29% land, in which approximately somewhere 20-23% is still occupied by good forest. Then when we talk about Earth, Earth-like structure, some 20-30 can accommodate get into Uranus, Neptune. Saturn can accommodate 700 plus Earths. Jupiter can accommodate 1300 Earths. Sun can accommodate 10 lakh Earths. Wearing any religious ritual related taviz, anguthi, ring of these planets and stars will be difficult as we see further how big our other friend stars are. So here you can see Sun, which can accommodate 10 lakh Earth, is so tiny in front of Jesta Betelgeuse because the planet stars in a solar system, our own galaxy, are quite big, and they all stay in this Milky Way galaxy, which has got diameter of 1 lakh light year. This means that this particular Milky Way ring is how big it is? 1 lakh into 364 into 365 into 24 into 60 into 60 into 3 lakhs. 1 with 10 raised to 18 is the, matlab 1 with 18 zeros is the diameter of our own Milky Way galaxy, in which there are 100 to 200 billion solar system, and this is only one galaxy. If you go neighboring and see neighboring galaxy, this is Andromeda galaxy. You have to remember this galaxy because I will show you where it is located, and you will be able to find it out once the rainy season is over with your naked eye, which can accommodate 200 to 400 billion stars. This galaxy has not got diameter of 1 lakh light year. It has got diameter of 1 lakh 80,000 light years. And the distance between these two galaxies, any two galaxy you can take. Chalo, let us consider these two galaxies. Okay. One of them is suppose Milky Way, other is suppose Andromeda. One is having diameter of 1 lakh light year, other is having diameter of suppose 1 lakh 80,000 light year. The distance between them is approximately 22 lakhs light year. Now this is a small picture of a sky which is just behind 5 rupees coin. 5 रुपए के कॉइन के पीछे जो आसमान का छोटा सा हिस्सा है, that's what is this probably, which is having 3000 plus galaxies. Now you can understand the whole sky is having more than 100 billion galaxies. And this 100 billion galaxies may be 5-7% of the whole of the universe. We live in such a big universe which cannot be measured by the centimeter, inches, feet, meter, yard, kilometer, miles. It needs to be measured in terms of the light years. So why I'm showing you this unnecessary complicated slides? Because this everything is going into the YouTube. Sir told me that normally you do not have any electricity outage or any other issues, but rainy season and other things may be creating trouble. Then this YouTube video you can see as per your convenience. Last year's video also you can go through. which is going in a very slow and simple manner. So you can understand that whatever we have covered now is the past lecture. What we will be covering next 15 to 20 minutes is half of our time, which will talk about sky observation. For sky observation, you need to understand that this big universe, which we have understood as a human being, is only possible through education, and keep educating ourselves, keeping connected to the studies. Now, just imagine when you see that big stars and planets, you will be able to understand that human beings are only 1.5 to 2 meter. Aeroplanes fly at 10 kilometers, that is Mount Everest height. India is width and length wise only 3000 kilometer by 3000. Diameter of Earth is only 12,700. And satellite roam around approximately 70,000 kilometers from geostationary. HEL, high Earth orbit बोलते हैं उसको. Diameter of Sun is approximately 14 lakhs kilometer. Sun is approximately 15 crore kilometer. Jupiter is approximately 100 crore kilometer. And Pluto is approximately 600 crore kilometer from the Sun. Beyond this, our galaxy Milky Way is 1 lakh light year. Andromeda is 1.8 lakhs light year, and distance between them is 22 lakh light year. And now, last but not least, span of today's universe is 93 billion light years. Now you can calculate how much kilometer it is, and you can send me that figure by WhatsApp. Jay Prakash sir has got my number. Now we'll go into the something interesting, because till now I was running very fast, so it was boring, I know. And the small problem is I'm speaking in English. Many of you are not so good in English because you are too young. आप बहुत छोटे हैं. And Hindi, which is not well understood by you, I don't want to talk in that. So the communication may be little barrier, but now that will not be existing, because these words are known to you and you will love them. When we say so many interesting things have been discovered by the human beings, you may ask me, sir, human beings are able to see the stars, planet, and then they say it is a constellation. Somebody will say nakshatra, somebody will say sun sign, somebody will say planet, somebody will say bright star, somebody will say meteor shower, somebody will say galaxy, somebody will say nebula. Sir, are these seen by the dog? Are these seen by some snake? Are these seen by some butterfly? Then the answer can be given by yourself only. You need to find out answer for this, that really what we see in the universe and enjoy it a lot is really enjoyed by some animals. The reason, the answer is, many of the distant vision possible animals, birds or species must be able to see that. But then they don't work on that. They have some restrictions due to the limbs, but human beings did not allow that. When human beings got curious about these things, he start working on his brain, and today's human beings have reached to the level where the skies are much clear in a normal average human beings. Today's date, when we say constellation, नवतार का समूह, आसमान में जितने भी तारे दिखते हैं, they are not billions and trillions. Visible, naked eye visible stars are only 5 to 6,000. They are grouped, and these groups are 88 numbers. Present date, International Astronomical Union says these 88 numbers to be called constellation. Indian civilization, which is always much ahead of time, at least 4,000 years back, we distributed path of the ecliptic on which the sun moves, moon moves into the some very important 27 partition, and that is called nakshatra. It is the least, it is the timekeeping with the better least count. हमारा जो न्यूनतम टाइम मेजर करने का जो तरीका है वो सबसे बेहतर था. उसके बाद वो बेहतर नहीं रहा, क्योंकि हमारे लोग कहीं ना कहीं कुछ चूक कर बैठे. विल नॉट गेट इनटू दैट. सन साइन विच इज रिलेटेड टू द unnecessary things like astrology, I don't get into that because I am believer into the science, and I believe that everything needs some scientific proof. But those partitions exist in the 12 numbers. So obviously you can understand the degree of 360 degree divided by 12. So it will come to the some degrees which is lesser, bigger than the 27 nakshatras. Now, when we talk about the planets, you all know 8 numbers. Pluto has been put out only because it is not satisfying certain requirements. Notable stars, I told you, more than 5,500. They are called magnitude 6 stars. Magnitude 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we go into the better magnitude, like Sun has got approximately minus 27 magnitude. So those are the visible things. Meteor shower, you all know. Tutta Tara or shooting star. And so many movies show shooting star, and then they make wish and they expect them this wish to be completed without putting efforts. And let me tell you, there is no free lunch in a world. Nothing can be fulfilled without efforts. But the interesting part is seeing meteor shooting star or seeing meteor shower is one of the most enjoyable moment of every human being, and that is free of cost. So if somebody will ask me how I spend my time without any expenses, the first thing I do is I observe nature. Observing nature, observing rain, observing some rainbow do not cost you. Second part, I observe skies with some studious attitude. So I observe meteor shower. The opportunity exists. We are in August. October 15th, you will have Ori nights. November 15th, you will have Leonids. December 15, you will have Geminids. And these are one of the most beautiful things. But you can be in touch with me. I will keep explaining you. Now, what is constellation? You all know. Whatever is you are seeing on the screen is the cluster of stars and one very important area of the sky where you have the arm of Milky Way galaxy, which is full with so many messier objects. Okay, my presentation is not visible. Visible. Okay, so what you are seeing, just those prominent stars are joined by some line, just to make you feel that what our ancestor imagined the shape. Somebody imagined scorpion, somebody imagined some kettle like a Sagittarius. Okay, it's, presentation is visible, madam. There is some connectivity problem with me, it seems. But let me see what is the issue. Network is full, but
It is
it's there. Visible,
visible,
visible.
sir.
So this is Sagittarius constellation. This is Scorpion constellation. You can see the line diagram. Now, without line diagram, you can see. I will say it's a Orion the hunter, left one, without line diagram. Then you will not be able to imagine whether it is some hunter or there is some deer or there is some. You will not be able to imagine. But that is the fun. Every civilization has got some very brainy people. They had some very interesting thought process. So they come up with some ideas, some stories, and they fascinated the common man. And this fascination to the common man was later date use has gone into the exploitation. But today's date, we can 100% say learning about these ancient stories, learning some good facts from them, and actually appreciating our ancestor is also sometime fun and respectful thing. So this is the Orion the hunter, which our Indian civilizations look as a Mruga nakshatra. So Mruga Tarka Samo. So this Mruga, how do we imagine? We imagine stopped sharing. Now I stopped sharing. I left also, na. I'll just join back. Well, I will see what is it. There is some issue with my connection, it seems. I'll get back to you. Give me a second. Give me a second. Just come back. Sorry, I live in a village. Okay, so I have got some network problem, electricity problem, noise problem, dogs barking around. So just sorry, accept apologies. We'll continue. So understand the time, to define the months, to define the year, then there is something interesting to define the star direction. And that all of us know it is a pole star. So this pole star, okay, for North Hemisphere people, not North Indian, Northern Hemisphere people, which is above the equator towards the North Pole, has got some pole star. We called it Polaris, and that is lying into some constellation. Okay, so that particular thing is fixed. That is what was the misunderstanding by many of us till we learn the astronomy correctly. This is the Saptarshi. Kratu, Pulah, Pulasya, Atri, Angira, Vasist, Marich. The seven sages, rishis are sitting there in this Big Dipper, that is Saptarshi for Indian context. Big Dipper for the foreign context. And this is Polaris, Northern Star. Okay, Little Dipper or Ursa Minor. Okay, Dhruva Matsya. And this is your Cassiopeia. Now, this pole star is not fixed. That is something new thing you have to learn. And for that, you have to understand how tap moves. Okay, top moves before getting out of its motion. So this is top. When it is just completing its motion, it will go around its own axis before stopping, and that movement is called precisional movement. That is the third motion of Earth. First is revolving, rotating, and then third is a precisional. This particular circle is completed in 26,000 years. And this way, your North Pole star changes after few years. 4,000 years back, we had Thuban. Then another 7,000 years, we will have Aldramin. 14,000 years, we will have pole star as a Vega, that is Abhijit. Then after some time, we will have some other star. So that is the story of the northern pole star. Now, in case you are not using maps, this is some theoretical map which shows Polaris, which I used when I was young. And these are the various constellation marked on it. Whatever I was telling you, na, that Vega and other things, you can see those stars here. Okay. See, this is Vega. You can see here. So this is Vega, which is in the Lyra constellation. Then I was talking to you about Alderamin, which is here into the Cepheus constellation. There are thousands of stories in civilization. Today's date, I want to just aid your efforts. You don't have to use these paper maps. You can use software like this. And this is available in mobile, laptop, everywhere. This particular screenshot shows sky at my own native place, Shirdon, where I'm sitting at 22/6/2022, 4 hours, matlab morning 4 a.m. You can see many notable objects like Venus, then you can see Uranus, then you can see Mars, you can see Moon, you can see Jupiter. All these things 1 year back, approximately 1.5 years back, 2.5 years. Now we'll go into the today's sky. But why I should show you my sky? I will show you Yanam sky. But you will not be able to see it today. But this is Yanam sky, west line, around 8 p.m. So what you will have is Arcturus, Swati. Swati is the star which can accommodate 1020 Sirius. Sirius can accommodate 1020 Sun. So this is a massive star, but seen as a pointer. This is a Scorpion, which we have seen just few seconds before. This is a Sagittarius, which we have seen few seconds before. And there will be Orion, the hunter, also coming up in a few seconds, which I will show you in the next slide. So this is the sky line diagram, 8 p.m., 29 August 2024 at Yanam. That is your place. So this particular thing will make you master in a just partial study for the 5 to 6 months. And you all will be expert in the sky understanding. You can appear for Astronomy Olympiad and you can get the gold medal. Now, when I say software things is helping you, here you have seen the line diagram. Now I'll show you the name of the constellation. See, Arcturus is in a Boötus constellation, Libra, then this is Scorpius, then this is Sagittarius, this is Aquila. This constellation names come, this is Saturn is presently in a Aquarius. And at 8 p.m., it will be just rising. Means another 15-20 minutes already it has rised, but in another 15-20 minutes, you can see little above the eastern horizon. So this Saturn is visible by naked eye if their sky is not covered by the clouds. Now we go and see what shape our ancestors have imagined. So let's get into the Bhutas. Now you can see Bhutas is a one young farmer who always keep himself busy in some farming activity. So God was happy with him, so he was put into the sky. Similarly, you will find serpents is nothing but a one snake, which is actually held by Ophiuchus. The person named Ophiuchus is a Bhujangadhari. So person who's handling that particular snake. You can see Scorpius is imagined to be of some scorpion who is actually been created to fight against one great fighter called Orion the Hunter. So this thing which people have imagined. But you remember, don't forget this diagram. What we imagine, where is it? This. What we imagine is always not visible. So these imaginations have passed the test of time and people still this what you can expect is non-visible star will be visible in today's sky will not show you any star here 10 magnitude, but that explosion occurs, then we'll be able to see some moment for the living human beings because naked eye supernova observation has not happened since last 1,000 years, and that too known and aware. So in case it happens now, maybe some wrong things may also happen. Not that South Africa itinerary. I told you, now I love nature. So that is a free of cost available time pass or see in the northern hemisphere. To South Africa to observe certain things like Mumbai. It may be little bit visible from the Kanyakumari or below that because that is little going towards or closer to the equator. Large Magellanic Cloud, which is approximately 1.63 light year, will look like this. And then southern pole star, southern cross, that is crux, Trishanku. And then small large Magellanic Cloud will LMC, SMC, and the Mitra, closest star to the our solar system, Regil Kent and a crux diagonal will may help me to find out the southern pole star when I land up there in the first week of September. Now this is Yanam sky without line diagram. Here you can see it's very difficult to find out any of the constellation. But as soon as I make turn it to the line diagram, it's learn these things, help student to imitate some good things from you because they learn less from your words and more from what you are and how you behave. So I always talk about science, inculcate good habits when I'm around kids because it's very easy to upbring or repair, so to build a child and repair adult. Help me in arranging such lectures. Navodaya Vidyalaya has got Andhra Pradesh, okay, Telangana, so many schools. Having one lecture at Yanam twice, that is why I had to change the content, and having one lecture at all JNVs at a time, it makes the difference. Benefit of the society, benefit of the Navodaya Vidyalaya students. So some responsible teachers, principals should take initiative that I don't charge you anything. It's a free of cost. Always. Since last 27 years I am doing this. Then also for arranging lecture, many times I have to plead, request 1,000 times. Very rarely some good teachers like Jay Prakash sir and he's about to arrange the lecture. But understand then when something is free, it is not false. It is always good. If you find it good, then you should spread the word. If you want to communicate me anytime, this is my contact point. And you can always be in touch with me. Some participation certificate link has been out to the Jay Prakash sir. Feedback link has been sent. So if suppose 50 or 100 or 350 students have attended this lecture, they can take that free of cost certificate. Nothing goes to us. We are not making any single penny out of this. You know that. And feedback can be given by 350 students in case they have email ID. So this is end of today's lecture. We can go for such multiple lectures if you are interested. because I like talking to the students, and this is best time use of my life. What I our first lecture, first slide. That is today we were talking about National Space Day, touching lives.
At a short notice, you have accepted our request to get us out. And in the past 1.5 hours, you did great effort. Even I was listening to your one of my myth to your presentation. You see touching lives while touching the moon. But today you have touched all our schoolmates, sir, our children. At least some of them, they are going to imbibe the spirit of scientific temper. That's what you are trying to thrust upon. We were very fortunate enough to have been a part of your presentation, sir. The whole school, these children are belonging to, most of them are middle class, low middle class backgrounds, residing in one of the remotest parts of this nation. It's really a great day for each one of us, sir, having got associated with your great presentation, and a man of such caliber from BARC Center, country's pride. Your institution is country's pride, sir. We often only read DRDO. We only could hear in newspaper, sir. But today, we are very fortunate enough to have station. Certainly, taking a cue from your inputs, your presentation, I am expecting, I am looking to pursue their studies in space in the near future, sir. Today's children are tomorrow's great scientists. Once upon a time, you too had been of a small classroom teaching and learning procedures, sir. But today you have right up to that occasion, means because of those great teachers during your schooling. But what you have missed out during your school, children are getting, sir. Once upon a time, this was a distant dream for any one of us in India to get associated with a professor from BARC. BARC is known for, you see, countries, once again, sir, I am reading, it is enhancing country's pride in the eyes of global atomic energy, sir. A man of your stature, freely imparting your time, your space, your instruction for the benefit of for the larger benefit of the society, sir. We are heartily extending our great thanks to your time, your space, your initiation, your zeal, and your intent for reaching